Now that the piglins have arrived, it's time to barter for their goods. Piglins are a very generous people, so much in fact that it's hard to deal with everything they throw at you. We will use our advancements in technology to trade across dimensions. With access to these new products, we will dominate everything on the Legacy SMP server. To all the geeks and nerds out there, welcome back to another episode on the Legacy SMP server. Today we're kicking off on the nether roof because we need to capture some piglins. Now we already have this set up that we used a couple of episodes ago for that overpowered with a skeleton farm, and we're using it again today because today's the day we're finally going to get our Piglin Bartering setup done. And yeah, we need to capture 18 piglins. So here you can see me getting shot as I try and capture these guys, but actually because we've got this set up already, it's quite straightforward. We just have to wait for them to get to the corner, press the button, and a minecart comes over, picks them up and drops them in their cell ready for us to name tag so they don't despawn. But we do need to be careful, and I do need to remember to flip the lever ready for the next one, because this guy, look, he gets stuck. He just goes backwards and forwards. But yeah, easy fix. Just flip the lever again and he goes into his cell ready to be named, no problem. Now this farm, I think I've spent a couple of days in creative trying to come up with something a bit different, and hopefully this is going to be quite cool, and in the process I may have invented something new. I'm not sure. I'm going to wait for you guys to tell me, so yeah, let me know what you think. And here they are, we've captured all 18 piglins, all ready to go into the bartering farm. This is going to be pretty cool. So there they all are. That worked out. That was quite easy. It takes a little bit of time. I have to fly up to the top there, fly up to the AFK spot, wait for a few to spawn down here, and then just press the button. Minecart comes out of that dispenser, picks them up, and then yeah, goes into these cells as you saw. So that's done. That's the hard bit, I guess. Now I was thinking about building this like down underneath in the nether, but I don't have much time today, and so I thought I'd take the easy option because we've already got this set up anyway. We may as well just do it here, and then yeah, we'll be good. Now I've also set up a portal here because we're going to do things a little bit differently, you know, as we try to do, and this might not be a good idea, but we're going to have this being an interdimensional piglin bartering farm. So I'm going to come over here, and here is the site of part of the farm. Part of it's going to be over here, and it's going to be pretty big. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is a good idea or not, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see how it turns out, and you can let me know what you think. So I guess first of all, let's start building up the nether side. We have to keep the piglins in the nether because if they go to the overworld, they will turn into zombified piglins. So they've got to stay over here, but it's hard to deal with lots of items in the nether. There's also ways to do it. You can have pistons pushing items around. There's a bunch of different solutions, but I wanted to do something a little bit different. So we're going to process the items in the overworld because it's much easier because we've got water and stuff like that. So yeah, it should be pretty good. So I think I'm going to start building up the area here for the piglins to go, and then work out how we're going to get them from those minecarts into the farm itself. This will soon be the home to our piglins. Let's see if it works. So I've got a little bit set up. So just the part where the piglins are going to be. So they're going to be stuck inside this chamber right here. So if they're standing here, they've got these trapdoors here, so they won't be able to walk this way because there's a too high gap here, but the trapdoors means that the gap here is too small for them. They can't walk out. So hopefully they should just end up in here. So what I've done is added a little bit of rail here with an activator rail right here. So when the minecart comes over to here, they'll be ejected. They'll be ejected over to the right over here, and then I can come over here. If I jump up here, it's the old trapdoor trick. I can jump over here. Hopefully they'll get aggro to me because I don't have any gold on. They'll run over to me, try to get me, and they'll fall down into here. And then once we're done, we can just close this up like that, and then we're all done. That's the plan. Sounds easy, right? But of course, this stuff always goes wrong. So it's just a question of how wrong it goes. So I've done all the rails. So all the rails point this way now. So whenever I press the button at the back, they'll all go this way and then this way over here. Now just notice that is not powered. So let me do that. I need to get another torch, and then we're ready to go. Here is our first contestant, Mushroom Boy. So let's see how this goes. Now all of these name tags are bought from Chim's shop. So yeah, he's got a few extra diamonds. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Now I did make one little change here. I've actually put a lever here instead. So once the minecart's here, we can flip this once we're over here. And I think that will eject them. I've not actually done that before, so we'll see. So let's press this button. He should go over there. Okay, now I can go over here. He's crossed with me, I think, already. So if I flip this lever from here, he's ejected and he's after me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jump. And he's in. Wow, they hit hard. They do hit hard. Look at that. Okay, he's quite cross with me. Okay, now I need to be super careful here. If I fall in there, there's going to be... Oh, it's going to be painful. Okay, all right. Okay, attempt number 2 with Bernard Leakage. Where does he get these names? I don't know. But anyway, I've done a bit of a change. I'm hopefully going to do this in a way where we don't lose any health. So this guy is over here. He's on the activator rail, but I've got a bit of redstone here. So we can come up here, and then I can stand... Not there. I can stand here, and then I can press this button, and then hopefully that will eject him. He'll see me. Well, he's already aggroed to me, you can already tell. And hopefully I could just scoot over here, and he'll fall in the hole. So let's give this a try, shall we? Let's press the button. Here he comes, here he comes. If I stand over here this way, and then you go, yes, okay, that was much easier. Okay, very good. All right, I think I need to do this for the rest, and then we are good to go. And we're down to the last one. This is Shmee McSmack. Let's see how this one goes. The rest have been pretty straightforward. Yeah, just have to press the button as we did before. This guy comes over here to this point, just like this, and then we go up the stairs. We can get past him without being hit quite easily. Then we just break this one, stand on it again, and then hopefully still aggro at us. Yeah, he's got his sword up. So we press the button. Here he comes, and we just walk over here, and he should just plop in. There he is. Nice. So now we can close this up, and we can close this up. All right, we are safe. Yes, very good indeed. As you can see in here, our friends are not very happy with us. But this is why I've picked all the guys with the swords, just so the crossbow guys didn't give us too many hassles. Maybe we could have. You can pacify the ones with the crossbows if you leave them shooting long enough. But I thought I'd just go with this. Should be easy enough. But yeah, we are safe now. What are we up to? Why are we doing all of this, I hear you ask? Well, we need to collect the items, right? And of course, when you give these guys some gold, they will throw stuff at you. Now, the good thing here is that they throw stuff at the player themselves. They don't just drop them, they actually throw them at the player. So if I can see if I can throw some gold in here. They go after it, let's throw some of this in here. And now they should start throwing some stuff to us. In a few seconds time. It just takes a couple. There we go. They're throwing it towards us. Now, if this portal was lit, all of these items would go through the portal, and then we can process them on the overworld. So there are some challenges with that. When you've got this many piglins and you're supplying them with lots of gold, dealing with all those items in time is where the challenge is actually. The actual bartering with the piglins is not that hard. But what I'm going to do here is I've got behind here, you can see I've got some droppers. They are going to be dispensing the gold and giving them to the piglins. So I've got to set up a bit of redstone over here, not too much. Gonna have a switch over here so we can turn it on and off, and then yeah, we need to get over to the overworld and start processing all of these items. All right, let's get this side built up first, and then we can go to the overworld. I've completed the redstone side of things over here, so I thought I'd show you that first before we build up any more, because I want to try and do a little bit of decoration at least over here. I need to get into a bit more building. I've been focusing on farming and not too much building, but we need to actually do some building over here. But anyway, let's see what we've got here. So let's start over here. So we've got our droppers here, and we're using the target blocks underneath because they redirect the redstone. So we could do that with some blocks and some repeaters, but just thought I'd give that a go. So that's why we've got the target blocks, and this is off of this clock. So this is a ring of hoppers going round. We've got one item that will go round and round and round, and every time it passes this hopper right here, the signal will be read by this comparator, which will then activate these. So this will happen about once every second. So we're going to get three gold ingots spit out every second, and then above that we've got these hoppers that are going to feed those droppers, and then we've got this minecart which is pushed into these bars, and so it is covering these three hoppers right here, and so it will distribute all of the gold that comes from this chest through to these three hoppers. So each dropper gets an equal amount of gold. So that is the idea anyway. So I'm going to be standing about here, something like that. I can reach the chest from here, so I can put in some gold. just like that, and as you can see, it empties super quick, and then that will start getting distributed between the three hoppers. So now I can turn this on, and it should start clicking, and we should start getting some items. There you can see some of them holding some stuff, and now they should start throwing items to me every second. There we go, 1, 2, 3, there we go. So that's why we've got 18 piglins in here, because piglins take about 6 seconds to inspect the gold and then throw you some stuff. So if we've got enough gold now, well, so one a second across 3 droppers means that with 18 piglins we can pretty much always keep them busy, so that is pretty cool. Alright, so now I'm going to build up some decoration I think on this side as well, and then we are done. Our bartering box is complete. Why is it called a bartering box? Well, it's a box and we do some bartering inside it. So just spent a little bit of time just to make it a little bit more presentable. I need to do a lot more building on this server. I haven't done much of it, as I said before, but yeah, we need to do more of it. But yeah, anyway, we are done. So this is how it looks. So we can walk up these stairs, stand on this glowstone. This is the right place to stand, and then the piglins will throw the items to us, and they'll go through this portal, which we're going to light in 1 second, and then we can reach the chest from just here. So we can reach it there, so to refill it with gold, and then we're all good to go. So if we light this up now, it's complete. It's now done. Yes. Okay, so the other stuff, all of this stuff here, I'm going to leave it for the time being, but I will probably take this away now, because I don't think I'm going to need to capture any more piglins anytime soon. And if we do, we can always rebuild that. It's pretty straightforward. But now we can go back to the overworld and actually start working out how we're going to deal with. Oh, be careful of the fire. Yeah, we've got to be very careful not to hit the fire. But let's go to the overworld and work out how we're going to deal with these items. It's so nice to be back in the overworld. Look at the animals, the grass, the trees, the blue sky. So much better than the nether, actual hell. But we're here, and here is our portal. So up there, I've built up there for a reason, which will all become clear shortly. But yeah, that's where the items are going to come through. So the piglins are going to throw stuff at us in the nether. The items will come through that portal, and they'll keep their momentum, so they'll fly through the portal. Then we're going to have to capture them into some water streams, and then into our sorting system, which is going to have a brand new component. Well, brand new to me anyway. I'm not sure if this is a new invention, but I'm going to call it the bottomless pit sorters. That's right. More on that in a bit. So if someone else has done it, then let me know, but I have not seen it. But anyway, let's carry on. So the important thing here is that we've got this portal here, but we need to make sure we're careful with the chunks, because when items come through a portal, they will load the chunks around it. So they will load the chunk the portal's in, and then a 3x3 around it, and that will be entity processing. So the items that come through are entities. We want to make sure that they stay in a 3x3 chunk around this portal. So if I press F3 and G, we can look at our chunks. So we have the portal is inside this chunk. It doesn't matter where in the chunk it is. It just means that it's inside this chunk. So we can add our storage system inside this chunk, also this chunk over here, and one chunk over this way as well, this chunk here. So as long as our sorting system is within these 3 chunks here, then it's all going to be loaded, because items are going to be coming through the portal quite quickly, and that's enough to keep all of these chunks loaded, so all the items get processed. So we don't need another player in this dimension. So that's the first thing. And yeah, we need 3 chunks, because this sorting system is going to be pretty big. There's lots of items that come through at quite a clip, and we need to be able to deal with them. So we're going to have lots of item sorters with our brand new component as well added to them, and then we're going to be able to sort out everything into their own chests. So yeah, it's going to be pretty good, because these piglins, they produce 17 different items. Now we're currently in 1.16.1, so we haven't updated yet, because Optifine and whatnot is not compatible with Fabric just yet. So yeah, there will be some tweaks and changes to it, but we can just change our filtering, and we can deal with that once we upgrade. So I think probably the first thing is to build up the water streams, and then maybe one slice of the sorters, so I can explain how our new component works. Here we are, we're back. I've made some progress, and as you can see, I've added some water streams over here, and I've encased the portal in glass, so when the items come through, they will hit the glass and then fall into the water underneath. Now they should come through this way, because we're facing west, and that's the same way that the piglins are facing, so hopefully the items should go out that way. But in my testing, I have seen sometimes they go out the other way for some reason, and so that's why we've got water on both sides. So it doesn't matter which way the items come out, they'll get caught by that water and then go along this water stream over here. So we've got obviously the water, we've got packed ice as well, for when the water runs out, and it goes around this corner into these chests that aligns it right onto the edge, and then it can go over all of these hoppers. We're going to have a whole bunch of hoppers that way for the item filters. Now on top we have the standard item filter that you've all seen before, But underneath we have something new. But yeah, let's see. Here it is. So first of all, it looks a little bit different, I guess. So you can see here, this is the normal item sorter. So the concrete here, and then that note block is normally just a normal block, but I'm changing that to a note block for what I'm doing here. So all that's the normal standard item sorter, and then the new stuff is this stuff under here. Now, what does that do? Well, it makes this item sorter bottomless. What does that mean? Well, I've got a little setup over here to demonstrate. So with this farm in particular, we're going to have lots of items coming through, and so to make sure we capture all of the items, we're going to have multiple sorters of the same thing. So for example, gravel, we're going to have 3 sorters for gravel, so when they come across the top, the filters can pick them up, and there won't be any that continue on. Because what I want to happen here is, I want by the time all of the items get to the end, it's only the books and the boots left over, also the potions, but we'll deal with those. So we're going to have one chest at the end that just basically collects everything else that's left over, and that should be just the books and the boots that we get. So that's why I want to make sure we collect everything. Now we could do what we've done before, have a water loop that goes round and round. The problem with that is that once all of these storage systems get filled up, then those items go round and round, and then you end up with lots of entities in the world. So I want to avoid that. And also, if we just want to have like a catch-all chest at the end, that means that's going to get filled up with everything that's overflowed from over here, as well as obviously the boots and whatnot. So what we're going to do is we're going to have multiple, as I said, we're going to have multiple filters. But eventually they will fill up. Once we've had this farm running for some time, the 3 gravel silos down there, they will fill up. So what happens to the items? Well, we don't want them in the water stream. We want them to be deleted. So that's what this does. And we're going to use this mechanic. So I don't know if you know about this, but if we have a hopper going into a dropper, into a hopper, if we put an item into the top, let's say we filter through these items here, the comparator behind this dropper doesn't detect it. It goes all the way through. So even though there are items going through it, you don't get a signal. But what happens when that fills up? So let's fill this up with items. Now we get a signal because they're starting to back up in here. We've got one item in the dropper. So now we can detect. We can use this mechanic to detect when this silo is filled up. And once that's filled up, we can then start spitting the items out of the dropper into some fire to delete them. So that means that we shouldn't have any items that can't be stored. Once their storage is filled up, so for example the gravel, once our 3 silos of gravel are totally filled up, we'll start destroying the gravel because we don't want it in the rest of the system. Now when we have sorters that have overflow protection, that just means that when they don't go into these filters, they'll continue on to the whatever the default is, and you can just destroy them at the end. You can have like a cactus or whatnot at the end, but we don't want to do that in this case. We want everything that's left over to be stored, because we're not going to have special filters for the books or the boots. We just want them to fall into the last chest. So in this case, it kind of makes sense. For other kind of sorting systems, it doesn't make sense maybe, but here it does. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have the 3 silos, let's say for gravel, for example, and we're going to have it set up like this. So this, with the hoppers set up like this, it doesn't matter which silo, which sorter the gravel comes through, they're all going to be stored in all 3 chests underneath, all 3 silos of chests underneath. So the items that come through this one will go through this hopper, they'll come down by default straight away and into this one, but once this one gets filled up, they'll then go across and then into this one. So then, because even though we've got 3 filters, they'll all use all 3 chests to get filled up. So once all the storage is totally filled up, then we can then start deleting the items. So that's the plan. And so let's have a quick look at it over here. I've been waffling for a little bit of time there. Hopefully that makes sense. I realise it might not, but let's see. So this is what it looks like. So when the items come through here, they go through this dropper and through these hoppers into the chests. So when there's plenty of storage, it just goes through, nothing happens, as we've seen. The comparator that doesn't detect it. Well, once it starts backing up into here, once it has an item, we get a signal into the comparator, which powers this block, which powers this repeater, which powers this block, which through quasi connectivity powers the piston, which pushes that up. We have the note block there to update it, to make sure it notices that there's a power, and then that will create an observer clock over here. That goes into a repeater that's on a second setting, so to slow it down. So that means we don't have the piston going up and down all the time as it empties. And then that powers this note block. We then have two observers facing the note block, so they notice when that gets powered. And so then through quasi connectivity, this observer here powers this dropper and spits out the items into the fire. So there we go. The bottomless sorter, because it will never fill up. You can always put stuff into it, and once the chests are full up, then it will start deleting items. So There we go. That is the description. Now, maybe if this is interesting and people think this is good, maybe I'll do a separate video on it. I've not seen this done before, so it may well have been done by someone. I've not seen it, so let me know if this is a concept that's already been used before, or if someone else has done it. That would be interesting to know. But yeah, now I need to build up a whole bunch of these, so all the way up to kind of here, roughly. I've got to duplicate all that across, and obviously lots of chests underneath. Then we can have a sorter for the potions, and also for the books and stuff underneath. And I fell in a hole. I know. Right, let me get out of here and carry on. 32 bottomless sorters all done, and one wide tileable next to each other. That is pretty cool. And over there we've got a little system to deal with the boots and the potions that come through. So let's give this thing a test before we let the piglins loose and unleash all that gold on them. So let's go down here. So if I've got a few items in my inventory, so I've got some boots, soul speed boots. I've got the normal potion and a splash potion of fire resistance. So if we hop on over here super quick, we might see some action. So what's going to happen here is we've got a dispenser right there. There you saw the boots. So when the splash potion comes through, it's going to splash. There we go. So it actually splashed it. So that gets rid of the splash potions. The other two items go through to here. So this over here is a sorting system for just potions. So this is what I got this from the mighty Impulse SV. There'll be a link in the description. He's got a really cool video about a few different types of sorters. So this will sort out the potions, so they will all go into there, and everything else is left over, which should only be the boots and the books. They go down into these chests down here. So that's why we want to make sure that no other items go through. So that's why once the storage is all filled up here for these items, we're going to start deleting them. So the only thing that's left over is those books and boots. So let's go down and have a look. Hopefully this has worked. So on this one here, we should have a potion. There we go. And over here we should have the boots. Yes, okay, so it is working. It is working. That is good news. Right, let's head on back to the Nether and yeah, unleash the piglins on all our gold. These piglins are a noisy bunch. They are not happy with me. They all want to eat my face, but they can't. They are trapped. But I have filled up our chest with gold, so there it all is. All of that is gold, and of course, not just the chest. All of the hoppers and the hopper minecart behind it. Also the droppers. Everything is totally filled up with gold. And just to give you an idea, this box was pretty much filled up with gold blocks. So that's how much it's taken. Basically 2 rows of gold blocks to fill it all up. So that's what we're going to do. Let's turn all of this gold into some other things. So let's flip this lever and we should start seeing some items coming through. Oh, they're inspecting it and they should start throwing it. It should make it through the portal, hopefully. Let's see. There we go. They're coming. They're throwing it. Okay, that's good. All right, let's check it out on the overside and see what's going on. So here is Logical Geekbot, my camera account on the overworld side, and as you can see, all the items have been thrown through the portal and they're all coming in every second. A whole batch comes in. This is pretty cool. Look at this. Awesome. So all the items go around the water stream, as we've seen, and they go over all of these hoppers, all of these item streams, all these sorters rather. And so by the time we get to this end, the only things we should see over here are the books and the potions, as we saw before, and the boots as well. So they don't come through too often, but when they do, we should see them over here, and then yeah, they should go into this system as we've seen already. So I was going to hang around here for a second, see if we get any splash potions. Oh, there was a potion. That was a splash potion. There we go. It's on the particles. Yes. Okay. Looks like this is all working. So I think I'm just going to leave this running for a bit now, and then we can come back in a bit and see how much stuff we actually got. I have now bartered all of my gold away. Yes, all of it. So I bartered that first lot that we saw, and then I bartered everything else. So I basically have no gold left at all. I've put it all into the system. So let's check out what we got. Now, what I'm actually interested in for today is the quartz, because I want to make some more progress on the Rainbow Road, and the quartz is over here somewhere. Let's have a quick look. How much have we got? It's where is it? I think it's this one. Oh, look at that! Look at that quartz. Oh, another one. So we've got almost two of those. Right, so we've got about 2 double chests of quartz. That is pretty good. Not too bad, not too bad. Now, of course, all of these chests have now got, you know, various stuff in there. The gravel, that's another good one. Look at this gravel. Yes, it's all working. It's all been sorted. So some of this stuff is not so interesting. The soul sand, I guess, and the soul sand would have been good last week. We killed all those withers. But let's check out the chests at the end. Let's check out the potions. Oh, look at that! Fire resistance potions for days. Oh yes, awesome. And I guess all the soul speed books. Yes, look at this. It's all been sorted. Brilliant. Fantastic. Okay, it's all worked. Now, I have had a look at the chests, and none of them have actually filled up, so our bottomless sorters haven't actually been used. But if you run this farm for long enough, then they would do, so that is good. Anyway, so I'm going to take down all of get hold of all of the quartz there, and combine it with the quartz I've been gathering over the course of the last few weeks, which is here. So I'm going to convert all of this into some quartz stairs, and then get working on the Rainbow Road, because we need to add that trim all the way around the edge. So I'm not quite sure how much of it I'll get done today, but yeah, let's get over there and see what we can do. I have vastly underestimated how much quartz I need. As you can see behind me, I've done quite a bit of work, but a long way to go still. So let me show you what I've been up to. So yeah, I've been over at the end for a little while, and I've been placing all of the stairs. So we've got on this inner ring, we've got stairs on the underneath, like upside down stairs, and then stairs on the top, all the way round this inner ring here. And you can see I've also decorated the end gateways as well. But we're missing some quartz on this outside as well, and also of course on this inner, or this outer circle as well, all the way around here. We need a lot more quartz. So I'm going to be doing some AFK at the gold farm, and then get those piggies to work quite regularly. I'll do those in between episodes and try and get some more quartz built up, so we can put it on the other rings. But yeah, I've got a bit left over, but not enough to do another ring, so I thought I'd not start half a job. But here we go. This is what a portal looks like. Pretty straightforward, not too difficult. And I want to make it a bit functional. So the reason of these trapdoors are here is so it makes it nice and easy. You can open a trapdoor and then you can slide right in. So make it nice and easy to get into one of those portals if you need to. So the end is coming along. Still got quite a lot to do. So yeah, some more quartz required, and then I'm going to build my island for the villagers, and that is coming soon as well. And then hopefully the other peeps will come in and then do theirs once I've done mine, so they get a template of how to deal with the villagers, that kind of thing. That is all coming. And here's how we did the beacons. We got a 3x3 of iron underneath, so I might decorate those as well in due course, but not quite yet. But anyway, that was that. Quite a lot of done today again. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So there we are, that is the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then please hit the like button, and if you are new, then feel free to subscribe, and if you've got any comments or suggestions, then get it in that comment section. Alright my geeks, until next time, I will see you later.